win. So why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Yay.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing?
Doing good, man. It's it's definitely a cold, ridiculous Monday, but you know what? But it is Monday. I go out to my car and driveway. What's actually, thank God, it was in the garage, man. And that joker was flat. Not a little bit flat, but really flat. So it's like, well, I called Nick at first, and I was like, well, I'm gonna call my buddies at a certain location and see if they can get a truck over here, because my spare is also with them right now, which doesn't make sense, but nevertheless, we'll see what happens.
Wow, man. AD, here's the deal. You're just having a lot of tire issues recently.
Yeah.
Maybe you just need a new vehicle. NIL deal.
I'm not going to say a word about NIL at this point.
Okay.
Nevertheless, Raff, how'd your Thanksgiving go? Nick, how'd yours go? Raff, what's the tip like there? Because me and Nick will tell you right here, dude, I actually see flurries out my office window. It's 20 degrees here in town, man. 20 and cold.
Yep, 31 and chilly here. I don't think there's going to be a cigar on the deck today.
Nah, it'd be a one toker.
How are you going to fill your day, Raff?
I have no idea. I had a long talk with Lolo this morning. It's like, I don't know if a walk is going to take place today or not. So we're trying to figure things out right now. We're kind of distraught, but
yeah,
we'll survive.
She can sense the stress in your actions and your voice. So I'm sure there's a lot of concern coming from everybody. No, I mean Thanksgiving was good. Outside of the Husker football game on Friday, easy drive to Iowa City. Had a great time. I was sending you guys pictures.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who in their right mind would want to spend money to watch a game in 6-degree weather. I don't know who would want to do that. But there were a lot of Husker fans there, made the trip. It was a good time. I think Jake and I, we were saying before we got on the air, we went to the least Irish pub ever in Iowa City. It's the only place that was open past like midnight. And Jake and I got back to our hotels because our hotels were like right across the street from each other. And so I was like, hey, let's go grab a beer with his group. And we met up at this Irish pub, and we walk in, and they're playing rap music. If you know the rapper Cardi B, that is the music that they were playing all night long. And it was the least Irish pub. The Guinness was delicious, especially after the game that we just witnessed.
So I thought the name of the place was called the least Irish pub, but that was just you saying.
No. It was some Irish pub in Iowa City, but it was the least Irish pub I've ever been into.
Yeah, it was on campus, though, wasn't it? For the most part,
just off campus. I'm not really sure where campus starts and where it ends. Iowa City, a little bit of just not my favorite place. We'll just stop it there. Not the easiest place to maneuver. They don't have a good traffic system coming out of the stadium. It's just they just kind of plop down a stadium, and all the parking garages just kind of right in the middle of everything. And I remember thinking that 2 years ago when I went in 2022, but here we are. So
yeah. You know, it was I see Big Bird. AD must be feeling deflated finding his tire. Yeah. That was the last thing I needed this morning, man, was to have the tire deflated, still pissed off over the game, everything else, man. But nevertheless, I know AG's gonna be joining us soon. Raff, I want to hear about the Iron Bowl, man. What was that like, bro? The environment, the ambiance, the festivities, etc.
It was fun. It was a good time. We went to the one a couple years back. Alabama, that game kind of took on a little bit of a importance, because with all the upsets on Saturday, Alabama is kind of right back in the thick of things, that they might pull out a 11 or 12 seed out of that. I know that Lane Kiffin is battling hardcore. He's retweeting all sorts of things right now, saying that Mississippi needs to be in over Alabama. But it's going to be an interesting show when they announce the playoffs. That's for sure.
AG, good morning to you, brother. How was your Thanksgiving, my man?
Thanksgiving was great. How about you guys?
It was good. It's good.
It's good.
It was good. I told them, or I guess I told you guys the story on Friday about the little girl eating all the jalapenos. Did I tell you guys that story on there?
Yeah.
No.
No, that was
tell AG.
So we have a younger girl in our family, 3 years old or so, and we felt horrible because my brother put out fresh jalapenos on the table for us to eat, and she thought they were green peppers. She loves green peppers. Took like three or four of them, popped them in her mouth all at once, and it went through a total meltdown, understandably so. And we had to rush back to our house, get milk for her. My uncle had to go get
milk
and stuff. She was in the bathroom bawling her eyes out. Understandable, but man, we felt bad. And it was like, dang, I bet from now on, she's going to be, hesitant to grab just anything off the counter because imagine how just fresh the taste buds are at that age and how normal your palate is. You haven't been scarred by a food yet to that point, right? But because it's been a pretty controlled environment. And she went up, thought they were green peppers. Seeds were still in them. Popped about 3 or 4 of those in her mouth. And it was scary because we thought she was choking at first. We thought because she wasn't swallowing, but she couldn't tell us what was going on.
Right.
And then we realized that, because she didn't want to swallow. Once she realized how hot they were, like she's like, I don't want to swallow this.
I wouldn't either.
She didn't want to just spit it out, so she just like left them in her mouth. It was a whole fiasco. Felt horrible though for her, but she's good now. We're good. We're chilling.
Also, guys, I gotta let y'all know, I made it to Paul Bear Bryant's cemetery grave, so I visited.
Nice.
That's great.
Is it how? I mean, is it like where is it? Like, is it anything you would know when you pull up or no?
Nope, there's nothing. It's wild. It's just one little thing. Paul Bear Bryant Sr.
Sweet.
1913 to 1983. Just in the middle of the cemetery there.
Yeah.
We got locked in the cemetery though. That was interesting.
Whoa.
Locked in. It had a fun day.
That's Coach Bryant right there.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what we were gonna do. I thought maybe we were gonna have to tune in the Nebraska game on the radio and just listen with him, or I don't know. So we got to the cemetery. It was like 4:30. Pulled in. Probably took us about 5 minutes to drive. This cemetery in Birmingham, where he's buried in Birmingham, 140,000 people are buried there. So it's gigantic. So we make it back to his plot, look at it, take a picture or two. And about 10 minutes later, we drive out the gate we came in, and the gate's locked. And it's like, oh no.
So how did you guys end up getting out, man?
We finally drove I pulled it up on the Google, and I saw there was another exit, and we pull all the way around, probably about a mile down the road or whatever. We found a spot, and the person was there to let us out or whatever. So thank you.
How did you find his plot?
You just Google where is Paul Bear Bryant's cemetery plot, and the Google actually drives you right to his.
Don't say the Google.
The Google.
You're aging yourself about 30 years if you say the Google.
The Google. That's a good one.
I let it slide the first time, Raff. I'm not going to let it slide the second time.
So what do I say? You
just Googled it.
Google. Just Google.
You just Googled it.
Yeah.
I Googled it.
You didn't look on the Google. You didn't do that. You just Googled it. It's a past tense.
It just surprises me though, even with like Devaney and Paul Bear Bryant, I expected some I think there's actually a chair at Bob Devaney's, or right in front of Bob Devaney's area, or not a chair, but a bench. But I mean, Paul Bear Bryant, there's nothing. I mean, if you drive right by it.
If there's one person that would know, it'd be you, Raff.
It's me. It's me.
Frequent visitor of the ghosts. So, there you have it.
Hey, here's what I do want to talk about when we come back, though, you guys. It's not on the script, but I do want to hop into this. I think Thomas, good morning to you, and everybody that texted in so far, good morning to you. Man, the amount of brawls that took place after games, man. I mean, it was at least, I mean, of course, you had the Michigan, Ohio State, you had South Carolina, North Carolina. Who else do you have? Arizona State.
Yeah.
I think there was might be another one I'm forgetting, man. But I want to discuss that a little bit when we come back. And of course, we're going to talk Husker football.
Yeah, it was NFL fights too.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, no home training.
No, man.
That's what it is in my book. That's because as a kid, your parents should do the job to say, hey, when you in public, it's how you're gonna act. And I don't care if somebody is a rival. Like I played against my rival, and it started in high school. I'll say really little league, but high school when I transferred to Omaha North to Omaha Central, it was self-inflicted. I'll say that. But I took it like a champ. Right. I didn't. When I saw it, when I go to the Godfathers on Ames, was there a fight? Nope. We just trash talk. Be like, hey, I see you on the field. That's it. It's over. It's over. We play Oklahoma. The AD, what happened? Nothing. We just kicked their butt.
And that was it, man.
Is it? We shook hands and did our game.
Oh, you guys shook hands.
You shook hands?
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
That's I know. And then do too. On top of that.
Yeah.
No, not good home. I want to say not good. Just they missed the detail in some of the home training. Because regardless of how the game is before kickoff, you a captain, you a leader. Every time I was at the coin flip, I shook hands. I don't care if I despised or the player, whatever. It's a game. You do that's part of the game. It's a part of the ritual of football. Like if you're a boxer, you glove off. It's just an older respect. You got to respect the team against you, regardless of how the game goes.
AG, personally, I don't even care if it was just this real quick. It has to be no long grip, no dap up.
That's why I said like a dap up.
Yeah, it's a fist pump.
It's a recognition. It's a part of the game. I've been watching it since I was a kid. Watch it, and when I watch old black and white films, they do it. It's been going football, baseball, basketball. That has it where any part of the game where the 2 players or 3 players or 4 players from either team, a captain or coach come into the middle, there's a handshake between them. So I'll just say home training is at a deficit right now.
I think you always, like I said, I think there was more talk about the pregame lack of shaking hands than there was the lack of play on the field as far as that goes. I'm thinking focus on the things dap up, get on the field and play football. And if you don't like them, we'll show up with your pads.
They should have won.
But exactly. I mean, dapping up, that's a minor. There was more talk and more emphasis in not shaking their hand than there was securing and making tackles and making plays. That's the part. That's the part I don't understand. Me, that shaking hands thing, to me, it's a foregone conclusion. Of course you do. I don't care how much you despise somebody. Dap up, and then and take care of what your pads.
Yeah. It's like the Nickelback song, Shaking Hands.
Yep, sure.
Big Nickelback.
What's the melody?
I don't know that song.
What's the melody, Nick? Give me the melody.
We don't need to sing the chorus because
give me the melody, so I could know the song. I know Nickelback. They're good bands.
The song's not about
Seattle area, Okay.
We just move on.
Oh, see, you didn't want to go and you don't want to serenade us, Nick?
Well, no, I do. It's just not truly about shaking hands. The song isn't, so we just need to.
It's in the title.
It is, but it isn't. But we are up against the break.
Yeah, you saved yourself there, Nick. You tried anyway.
Raff, take us away.
All right, everyone. We'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
The bell rings and the school day starts. The future of our fiber hoods lies in their hands. That's why Allo Fiber invests in schools, students, and the next generation of leaders. If you sign up for Allo service between now and December 31st, Allo will donate $50 to the school of your choice. Joining the Allo Fiber family isn't just about crazy fast, reliable internet. It's about giving back to your local community and investing in what matters most. Switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to your chosen school. Visit allofiber.com/education to make a difference now.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
'Tis the season to raise a little Cane with Raising Cane's. Spread joy with craveable chicken finger meals and treat everyone on your nice list to a Cane's gift card or our beanies, socks, mugs, and more. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's. One love.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through December 8th, enjoy USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, USDA Choice T-bone steak for $8.88 per pound, premium stew beef for $5.99 per pound, and get their $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
The bell rings and the school day starts. The future of our fiber hoods lies in their hands. That's why Allo Fiber invests in schools, students, and the next generation of leaders. If you sign up for Allo service between now and December 31st, Allo will donate $50 to the school of your choice. Joining the Allo Fiber family isn't just about crazy fast, reliable internet. It's about giving back to your local community and investing in what matters most. Switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to your chosen school. Visit allofiber.com/education to make a difference now.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa,
that's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Empower a child today with a Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, talking some Nebraska football.
You guys, I wanted to hop right into it. We'll get back. We'll dig into the numbers, etc. at the 9 o'clock hour. But there was so much talk about the pregame shake, the lack thereof. There was a lot of talk about things that happened before the game even took place, which I personally believe transferred to the game. There was more emphasis about that, things that should have just been, in my opinion, and I'm not going to fault anybody for thinking any different, but there were more things went into that than the lack of play on the field, because you shouldn't have lost to a team that literally had 5 first downs. I mean, just simple things like that. AG, I'm going to flip it to you real quick, man, in that you mentioned that shaking hands was a thing to where it just was, that's like putting your helmet on to me. I mean, that's just, It's like putting your pads on. It's like putting your cleats on, regardless how much you despise. I mean, I think about Miami. I mean, those dudes talked to us like we were dogs, Florida doing the chop thing. It was just a quick dap. It wasn't an embrace, a dap you. No, it was just a quick fist bump and you were done and you beat them up on the field.
Yeah.
That's the part I just didn't understand why that was even an issue. You go out there with your hands behind your back, man. I didn't like that at all, Chief. That's just me.
Oh, it was just, it might have been obviously something said in the locker room to have them to that level to not do it. Pep talk or whatever that might have guided them that way. But I say obviously, we different generation, right? And don't really understand the meaning of certain things. This is a learning lesson now for those players and the team overall. Because I know if I'm coaching the team, I'm sorry, it'll be hard for me not to say anything as a coach to my players like, why you didn't shake hands? What's your problem? When they after they came to the sidelines, that's it. And then it's not. I wouldn't make it a big deal, but I'm like moving forward, on the practice field and in meetings, I'm gonna bring it back up and say, hey, real quick, this is how we do things when we go to the coin toss. If you're a captain, we do shake hands. I mean, I don't care if it's the team that we despise to the nth degree, but it's just an ode of respect right before we go out there and say, hey, respectfully, I'm gonna kick your butt, but win or lose, this is how we do it first. This is how I was taught, as a player, when I was growing up. So playing any sport. To any game. I mean, with esports, I made sure that kids after the game, win or lose, you say good game and shake the hand of the player that you just played against, win or lose. Because I'm teaching character. You instilling things that you learn where what, this is a game and you're gonna respect it, regardless if you may not like it. This is just a part of way sports is done the right way. Yeah, you could play if you remember Michael Jordan. How serious did he take it when Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas did not shake his hand when they ran off the field? When finally the Bulls became the Bulls and won. What happened after that? A lot of people did not. They looked at Isaiah Thomas a little different because they knew he was a leader, and he kind of put a towel over his head and walked past Mike and Scotty and everybody on that Bulls roster. And that was an ode of saying basically we don't respect you. And it's like I earned my respect. So Michael, that's another reason why Michael Jordan was the dog, why he was the GOAT. Because when you have players that don't show respect at given times, you might piss somebody off and and find out. So
it's important to note, just for context here, this is the third game so far this season where Nebraska hasn't. So this is where they haven't shaken hands before the game. But here's, I mean, I don't know, guys. I sit here and you mentioned the different generations part, AG, and you're absolutely right about that. Because I sit here and my thought is, you know what? It's not like Iowa's been the most respectful in this rivalry either. First off, second off is, guess what? If you win the game, nobody talks about it. Jay Higgins, his mouth isn't as open as it is if Nebraska wins this game, and nobody knows and realizes it unless you weren't there, unless you were there. If once again Iowa doesn't talk about it, and Iowa doesn't talk about it if you win. So like there's go out and take care of business, and I don't really have. I mean, but that's the different generation part of it, because I understand the mutual respect thing.
Yes, exactly. And I say it's been more the fans, right? It's not really been. I mean, this is probably the most I've talked about it all weekend. You know, my wife noticed it, and I just said my 2 bits, like what I just said a few minutes ago, and I moved on and said, all right, let's watch this game.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just one of those things that, hey, you just check the box and move on, really. And I say, like I said, I'll address it later. I'm not gonna sit here and harp on it for 2 hours.
Yeah, my biggest thing is like take care of business on the field, and it becomes inconsequential at that point. Dap up, do what you got to do, but let your pads do the talking. Raff, what's your thoughts, man?
No, I feel the same way. I feel like Nebraska was already in Iowa's heads to begin with when they put the officers and stuff around the Hawkeye emblem. It's like you're letting something so weird, like stuff like that, you'd already gotten Iowa's head, apparently, you know, if they're doing that. And then, like you said, let the pads do the talking. Like, if anything, you know, dap up, hit hands, whatever. It's like, to me, it's so like blame, you know, to look at that like, well, we didn't shake hands and stuff like that. Yeah. And the gamesmanship part of it, I understand that, but at the end of the day, it would have just been better just to go beat them down, win, get off the field. You know, it's just so we're looking at all the other things. I'm looking at that game, and I'm seeing that the screen pass to go for 72 yards, and I'm seeing more blown tackles in the history of the world.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. You know,
I'm more pissed off about what happened on the field, man.
I mean,
to me is. I always say, Raff, when I talk, I think I said this to you, Raff. I think I said it to Nick as well. To me, that pregame stuff was symptoms of what took place in the game, because you weren't dialed in enough on the part of the game you should have been dialed in. And that's like you said, right, letting a screenplay go for 50, 60 something yards, you know, not taking care of the football. You're up.
No, they were dialed in for 3 quarters. Let's say that.
Yeah, exactly.
They were dialed in for 3 quarters, because up until that screenplay, that's when the game changed.
Yeah, and then
that's when the momentum shifted for Iowa.
Absolutely,
and solidifying their victory.
Yeah, AG, you're spot on, and that has been the tale of this team this entire year. They've been dialed in for 2 quarters, 3 quarters, or 3.5 quarters, but not finishing games. And we can go all the way back to Illinois. The only game that didn't happen, with an exception, was Indiana. That game was done basically in the middle of the first quarter. The rest of those games, it goes to your point, AG and Raff, and that it's a team that just can't get out of their own way. They just could not get out of their own way for a number of reasons. Fundamental reasons, number one, but just staying dialed into a game and finishing business at hand.
Yeah, you know, it's something I mentioned about a month ago, right? What did I say about these next games, right?
Yeah.
From the Indiana game. Actually, from the Indiana game. Indiana, Ohio State, UCLA, USC, Wisconsin game. What did I say about these games? They're going to define the type of team this is right now. And right now, all it defined is we got to answer. Right. It's a 6-6 team right now. That's it. Well, you don't need to really say much about it, because now they know, okay, they're a 6-6 team that just got in to be bowl eligible. And so what's the next step from here? So as a coach, that's all I'm asking. It's like, all right, now we're bowl eligible. We lost to our rival, but we're bowl eligible. So what does that say for the next class coming in? For all the juniors coming back that will be seniors, because that's what Coach Osborne would ask us at the end of every season is, what do we look forward to next year? What are we going to do this offseason to go to the next level? It's like, what level is it for us at that time? But for this team, there's levels in front of them. Okay, we were 6-6. We lost to our rival. We didn't wrap the season like we wanted to. So what would be this goals for the offseason beyond winning the bowl game?
Yep.
So first goal is win the bowl game, because winning that bowl game, what it does then, we got recruits on the on the slate that will solidify recruits, because they'll say, okay, this team knows how to play ball and this, that, and the other. It just brings in another taste in the mouth after this loss, because right now it's a bad taste in the mouth in the state of Nebraska, and fans are everywhere.
Yeah.
So you get a bowl victory, then you kind of alleviate that. You kind of take that taste out from this loss out of the back of the mouth, and then off-season recruiting and everything speeds up. Spring ball, all that happens. Then you back in the vicious cycle of then getting ready for another season, being talked about, going to the Big Ten media days, all that stuff, but having set yourself up for success by winning bowl game and then recruiting and all that stuff coming down the line.
Bowl game is huge for sure for a lot of different reasons, man. You got a chance to have put it out, like I said, a 7-6 season rather than a 6-7 season. So recruiting, as you mentioned, AG, just overall team chemistry, morale, headspace, etc. Raff, take us to break, my man. We come back, folks.
Before we go to break, I do got one question, though. I watched it a lot. I rewinded and watched a lot last night. On the screen pass, was there a block in the back on Isaac Gifford?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
I gotta look at it, yeah.
I seen that, Raff. There definitely was a block in the back. To your point, that is true. It's still.
I mean, I don't know if it changes the play or anything.
You still have.
Like you see Gifford pursuing, and then all of a sudden you see him go, and I was like, did he get blocked in the back? So
yeah, there was a
something to look at.
Yeah, and you still have three guys that missed the tackle after that.
Well, I know there were 5 others, but
I'll say, you want to know how to avoid that block in the back? Guess what? Never would have been in the position if you didn't run the wrong way to start.
Right. Absolutely.
You wouldn't have been blocked in the back because you would have been making the tackle if you didn't run the wrong way.
You would have been playing assignment football, to your point, Nick. Exactly. Raff, like I said, you're both right on that. Yeah, it definitely was a block in the back. But Nick, to your point, if he's playing assignment football, that guy's not in position to block him in the back.
Well, there was 3 other guys hanging off of him.
Yeah.
I might have run to bring him down. It kind of had a little Tommy Frazier look to it, but
yeah.
All right. Well, break. It's the drive. 93.7. The Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF trail bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with a north breeze. An afternoon high around 22. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with calm winds and a low near 15. And tomorrow, we'll see sunny skies return with a light breeze and a high near 42. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1003769, $395 per month lease for 36 months with proof credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
The bell rings and the school day starts. The future of our fiber hoods lies in their hands. That's why Allo Fiber invests in schools, students, and the next generation of leaders. If you sign up for Allo service between now and December 31st, Allo will donate $50 to the school of your choice. Joining the Allo Fiber family isn't just about crazy fast, reliable internet. It's about giving back to your local community and investing in what matters most. Switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to your chosen school. Visit allofiber.com/education to make a difference now.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, talking all things sports, Nebraska football. Fun weekend.
It was. Before we hop back on that, a quick history shout out to those who take care of this segment for us. We appreciate all of our sponsorships as far as that goes. Everyone's heard about testosterone replacement therapy, but how do you know who to trust? Ageless Men's Health is the nation's leader in testosterone and weight loss. No upselling, no unnecessary supplements, just real solutions. With a team of registered nurses and nurse practitioners, they look at your whole health and create a playbook you'll understand. They use the best products, including HCG, to keep your body safe, protect your fertility. This is the best team in the game, and they're ready to earn your trust. Google Ageless Men's Health Lincoln and check out their 175 plus 5-star reviews. Guys, with that being said, we can talk about the game being history as well, because it is history. I want to start it off, and text line, feel free to chime in. Nick, you were there. You saw this thing firsthand. First of all, man, I appreciate the picks because you had some great, had a great seat to it all.
I felt a little bit of a draft. I was disappointed. It was a little drafty up in the press box. They
didn't have the heater on.
They didn't have the heater on.
All right, so get up, Buttercup. You're from Nebraska. You can handle that.
I went to the game to sit inside, and I still got the draft.
Hey, I would have taken a draft instead of a very cool Chris Breeze.
Was I wearing a coat? No, I was not.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you wasn't. Oh man.
So some of that was self-inflicted, then, huh?
Well, no, I mean, here's the deal. I didn't need it because it was fine. Met up with the old school ticket listeners will remember the early break intern Big Sky.
Big Sky Ethan.
Big Sky Ethan is a beat writer for Iowa football. So I actually sat next to Big Sky for the entire game on Friday. Nice. It was good to catch up with Big Sky. Ethan Petrick, obviously.
He was our first producer, AD.
He was.
I haven't seen Big. Yeah, that's been a long time, man.
Long time ago.
Congrats to him. Congrats to him.
Shout out to Big Sky, Ethan Petrick. But no, it was good. It was good. They had a delicious, guys. The one thing that Iowa does well from a media standpoint, the media meals. All right, the media meals. They had turkey and homemade stuffing. They had Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. They had asparagus and green beans. They had these homemade rolls. I was in heaven. I got 2 plates. They had this delicious brown gravy. It was incredible. But anyway, back to the game.
I guess, like I said, Nick, you being there, man, what was your overall thoughts? Like I said, before we dive into the numbers, man, just atmosphere, etc. I know they always have a pretty cool atmosphere there in Iowa City, man.
It was great. I really enjoy. I was kind of dogging on Iowa City earlier, but I really enjoy going to night games at Kinnick. That's the second one I've been to, and it's actually a pretty cool spot. And a lot of times they have the blackouts, so I mean it's really, really cool. The Wave guys is it's super fun to be, see that on TV. It's even a different feeling being in person and doing it. And just seeing it happen. It's so cool. But then from the game standpoint, guys, I mean, Nebraska did everything they needed to do right from the get-go. And then ultimately a couple of things did not go their way. And here's where I would disagree with Nebraska not being dialed in. I thought Nebraska was dialed in. I think Friday illustrated maybe some of their deficiencies.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think,
like I said, dialed in for 3 quarters.
I felt like Nebraska came out with intensity that we hadn't seen this year, from a feel and from the play. Like it felt like, okay, yeah, you know what? Nebraska came in and they have the ability to dominate this game, especially the way that they started it. But I specifically said where they're deficient at instead of lack of effort, because Nebraska. You can blame the offense for not scoring points, and rightfully so. But one of the big things that we talk about for keys to success and keys to victory, win the middle 8. And that's the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. Nebraska did that. They were able to kind of win the last 4 minutes, go 2 for 1. Then they ended up getting the ball back to start the third quarter. And they went 11 plays, a sustainable drive, 11 plays, 65 yards down the field into a very makeable range for a field goal for John Hole, who's made 9 straight. But this is where that deficiency piece comes into it. A problem that's been an issue all season long, the snaps on the field goals, they skip it on the ground. They skip it. And it's impossible to ask John Hole to say, hey, even though Brian Buschini got a good hold out of it, you could tell the timing's off. The process isn't smooth. It all stems from that snap. So that's
snap was rolled on the ground.
That's an area where I look at that and say that doesn't go on the offense. Sure, you would have liked to get 7 points. It doesn't go on John Hole. It doesn't go on Brian Buschini. That goes on one person whose one job all season that long has to been snapping the football and is to be getting better at snapping the football. And yet he still is out there, which tells you that this is either a thing that is in Nebraska can't get past, or the coach is saying, you know what, go ahead, keep on trying. And that falls on the shoulders of a couple of people only. And I just look at it as less of them not being dialed in and more of them just kind of showcasing their deficiencies on Friday in a couple of areas. Special teams is just one of them, because it's not, I mean, you had a shanked punt, you had the coverage mishap with where they get the ball at the 4-yard line. Like, it's hard to put those points on the defense, and when they still continue to give you this is an Iowa offense that's put up 40+ multiple games, and at home you held them to 13. And the guy, like the kicker, drilled a 53-yarder as time expired. I was talking to somebody on the phone on the drive home. I mean, I can go around the whole quad box here and ask, okay, yeah, how much confidence did we have in Iowa kicking the field goal there? Probably a pretty high amount, right, of them being able to make it, because that's what they do. If John Hull, and this is nothing against John Hull, but it's the Nebraska special teams unit, went out to kick a 53-yarder, how much confidence? How's that change? You're probably at a level 10 confidence, where Iowa maybe a level 3, because John Hull has the leg, but you don't trust the process.
And we talked about that last week. We said that their special teams, they've always been exemplary, and ours has not been. And they'd probably look at, taking an advantage of that. And that game felt like one of those where they definitely took advantage of our deficiencies on special teams.
Nick, I think you're spot on with the points, the deficiencies. But I'm gonna push back a little back and say that's part of being dialed in. If you're not dialed in on the small things, they're going to cost you big time later on. And that snap being a small part, it's huge. It cost us. It cost us a lot. But to your point, I see what you're saying. They were dialed in for most of the part. But, I don't want the pilot to get 3/4, on the way to the runway, or 90%. I want to be able to land a plane. And those deficiencies, Nick, as we all know, we've all agreed to that, it's cost us all season long, in particular in that special teams area. And it was the spot to where we ran up against one of their strong suits with special teams. I don't think Iowa had any sort of grand visions of them hanging 28, 35 points on us. Iowa kind of reminds me of the Northwestern teams back in the day. They weren't going to score a lot. They were going to wait for you to make mistakes and drown you and make it pay at the end of the game.
I don't know, guys. They have scored a lot, though. This is a team that's put
this year.
What I'm saying in this game, I don't think they came out with any grand vision to score a lot. Because historically they have. I mean, not with obviously Farron's team last year, but this year they've hung some points up there for sure. But I think in this game though, I think they knew, and Farron said as much. He goes, we were just waiting for our opportunities. Is one of the things he said, and I think that's one thing in the special teams. To your point, Nick, I'll go back to your point again. The deficiencies of Nebraska cost us this game more than anything else, man. The deficiencies, and like you said, it's been there all year long on the special teams, and it's bit us in the butt a few times before, man.
Yeah, I struggle with a lot. I don't know, guys. I told AG the stat when I actually talked to him on the phone yesterday. It is mind-boggling the way that Nebraska lost, because, and I haven't seen this. This is one that I was able to come up with on my own. I think I tweeted it out in a thread that I posted. Is that through the first 11 drives of the game, Iowa got the ball on average, starting their drive at their own 38-yard line. Iowa's offense took only 3 snaps inside of Nebraska's 34-yard line. That means that most of the game, most of when Iowa was on offense for 98% of the game, they snapped the football in between their own 38-yard line and Nebraska's 34-yard line. And here's the thing, this goes back to the deficiency part. The only 3 snaps that were taken inside the 34-yard line, I guess four if you want to count the field goal attempt,
right,
was the one where Nebraska fumbled it on the punt return and Iowa got it there, the 4. Those were the only snaps, that drive, that sequence, that Iowa snapped the football inside of Nebraska's 34-yard line. That is crazy to think about. That is insanity.
Well, it's even crazier is take out his long run and his 72-yard catch, and then look at the total yards. It gets even wild. It's just like,
well, yeah, right? Like, what was it? So Iowa, here, I have the stats pulled up right here. Iowa as a team had, what was it? Total yards.
Oh, Nebraska's total yards?
No, Nebraska or Iowa's.
They had like 164 yards total.
So they had 49, 115 plus 50 is 100. They had 164 total yards.
5 first downs.
72 of those came on that touchdown pass.
And then he had like a 30-yard run there at I think it was the end of the first half or
25 yard. Yep,
25 yard run. Yeah.
Yeah, 25-yard run.
It's crazy.
I don't know, guys. You held Iowa to 0 for 10 on third down conversions, which is kind of bonkers, right? I just think that it showed maybe we underestimated, and by we I mean I underestimated the impact that a guy like Marco Ortiz had on the team last year. People might not even remember the name Marco Ortiz. He was a transfer from Florida, and he was a long snapper. And like maybe we just didn't even think much about it because he's at that one of those positions. It's one of those where if they're doing their job, you don't talk about.
You don't hear about them. You look at total plays, fellas. We had 76 total plays. They had 41. 76 total offensive plays, and they had 41. And to Nick's point, you didn't hear about Ortiz because he did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. He had one job, and he excelled at it, as far as that goes. And you look at these offensive – I mean, you just look at all the numbers combined. It's just mind-boggling that Nebraska had as many yards they did, 334 yards in total offense. They had, again, like Nick mentioned, 160 yards in total offense. You look at the number of fumbles that were out there, five fumbles. And to still not get that, it's just mind-boggling. But it goes into those small details of the game again. Those small things end up biting us in the butt, man.
Catching punts.
You think that you don't want to know? Oh my goodness! You want to know what I think? I think Nebraska's really going to have to find playmakers. They need to find playmakers because that game on the offensive side of the ball, Emmett Johnson had himself a pretty decent day. And I thought Nebraska's offensive line had a pretty decent day.
Mm-hmm.
But when the moment got the biggest and the lights got the brightest and it was tied at 10 and Kinnick had some juice back into it because Kinnick was dead. Kinnick was dead when Nebraska was up 10-0.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska needed to find somebody to make a play. And Emmett Johnson was able to, but you need explosive plays in terms of like being able to throw the ball, catch the ball, run yards after catch. You guys know the importance of that. That's what Caleb Johnson did. That's what makes him so tough is that he can slip through any narrow hole and break it for a long run. And that's what he did against Nebraska. But you look up and down the list and you kind of felt like, Ja'Cory Barney was kind of taken out of the game, just 3 catches for 29 yards. We haven't seen him a whole lot. I mean, Emmett Johnson was your leading receiver. Jamal Banks had 4 catches for 41 yards, only 9 yards after the catch. You had the drop by Isaiah Nair.
That play there, Nick, that drop right there, Nick, was massive because he could have ran for ways on that one.
Well, you can't have those, and then you tack on that fumble number that you told about, or you talked about. And guys, this was against like the aggressive mindset that I want Nebraska to have. But after Emmett Johnson fumbled and got it back on the last drive, and I looked up at the clock and there was 45 seconds left and Nebraska was on like their own 35-yard line or something around there. I thought to myself, you do not have the personnel right now to drive down this field. You don't. You're not in the rhythm. You're not in an offensive rhythm. You don't have the quarterback was struggling to kind of drop some passes in there. We started to see Dylan Raiola start to get a little more frantic in the backfield in the pocket. There was on consecutive plays. There was one where he missed a wide open receiver downfield because he just chucked it down to Emmett Johnson early because he got flushed. Then the next one was that then the next one, he tried to throw it downfield and he should have just checked it down. Like it was the reading defenses part again that I struggle with just chalking it up to true freshmen because now this is your 12th game. And through it all, after Emmett Johnson fumbled, it was like you could feel in the stadium that Nebraska, they were not in a rhythm. I would have liked, and I get that their overtime, their history in overtime is not good, but you know what? You need to regroup. You needed to regroup. And instead, on that very next play, your right tackle gets beat and you get a strip sack. And the way that we would talk about, and this is what I tell Husker fans, the way that we talk about it, if Emmett Johnson fumbled in crucial moments, or that Isaiah Nair fumbled or dropped in crucial moments, or Jamal Banks, it cannot be a double standard just because of who your quarterback is. The accountability needs to be there. and the standard of play needs to be there. And I feel like people are always nervous or terrified to like hold Nebraska's quarterback accountable right now because they don't want him to transfer or they don't want him to be mad. They don't want to like. I feel like we're this double standard for Nebraska fans because if Emmett Johnson would have fumbled like he did and they lost the game on that fumble, you know what the comments would be? Emmett Johnson shouldn't play another snap at Nebraska. Isaiah, because that's what they're saying about Isaiah Nair right now. People were in my Twitter replies being like, Isaiah Nair needs to get off the field. Well, guess what? That's what Dana Holgorsen did. And I'm not calling for like Dylan Raiola to be benched, but we can't sit here and
you got to hold everybody the same.
And time and time again, sit here and go, yeah, you know what? It's everybody else's fault because other than Dylan's. No, Dylan did not have a good month of October. He's had a decent month of November. But ultimately, there's been a lot of skill positions that have not been up to par, and it hasn't necessarily been like quarterback is this superior spot on Nebraska's field either right now.
Nick,
well said.
Yeah, that's well said, Nick. Because it's the truth, man. If is the standard, or is it the standard for some people? You know,
it's gotta be for all.
Yeah, it's got to be the same thing across the board, man. It's got to be the same thing across
Nebraska
the board.
fans, Nebraska as a program and fans, we can't do this like just because we don't want somebody to transfer or we think Nebraska's program is just going to be in shambles if one guy does transfer. Like we have to let that just take care of itself. Like that is going to be because guess what? Nebraska fans don't have that. But it just from a standpoint of holding everybody accountable and to the same standard, you can't change it. You can't move the goalposts. And so, while yes, there was a lot of issues like the snaps and like the fumbles and like the drops and the blocking up front. While there's deficiencies all over the field, unfortunately, your quarterback had a touchdown to interception ratio of 2-8 in October. How does that win? That's not going to win you games.
No, and this being scared of people transferring stuff, that's going to make a long. I tell you what, fans, not just in Nebraska, fans at every college football, major college program is going to have issues if they're worried about that. Because in this day and age of transfer portal, it's exactly AG, it's there, and so you got to let them know this is the standard, and regards to what position you play, you're going to be held to a high standard, because if not, it'll cost you games like we've seen it cost Nebraska games this year. Games, you guys, as I thought about this weekend, and there's times I wish I wasn't as invested, but being a fan as long as I've been a fan, it just frustrates you beyond belief, especially a game that was there. And I was just kind of going back over the season, and I'm thinking the only game that I could really say that we were out of, well, Indiana for sure, and it would have took a miracle for us to get back that UCLA game, but all those other games, man, were just self-inflicted, like you mentioned, Nick, deficiencies, and it cost us. It was just frustrating to go back over this game in my head, a game that you basically dominated. I mean, literally dominated. To hold a team to 5. If you just showed us the stats without the final score of this game against Iowa, you'd be thinking, they probably won this by at least 10 to 17 points. And to lose it the way we did. But it goes back in those things. And I'll ask you guys this, Raff and AG, what is the standard for Nebraska football? Because there's a lot of mixed messages right now as far as that goes.
Well, I already answered that question. It's a 6-6 team right now. That's the standard. That's just keep it real.
That's your record. Yep, absolutely.
Let's just keep it real. You're bowl eligible, which is a step up from last year, right? Last year, they were fighting and self-inflicted wounds through 3 final games and never got there, right? Never got the victory. Now, even though it happened a game earlier, the season still ended with a bad taste in the mouth because the way the game ended between just that last quarter and some of the, I say details that Nick mentioned, right? Between the ratio of Dylan throwing the ball, you got to have that. That was something big, at the pro level, he's not there yet, but he will be. But at the pro level, I knew this as a running back. If my quarterback had double the touchdowns to interceptions, I knew that we were going to be efficiently well on offense. And obviously me doing my job, holding on to the damn ball too. So, those things factors in as numbers, like all the numbers does, I say tally up, but sometimes when you have something different going on, you have, like Nick mentioned, you have somebody that makes a big play here and there. You don't see that happen because then there's a victory there. Right. But in the meeting rooms, the coaches and the players go over it. They saw it, right? We've seen it on film when we had big plays in a game and we missed out or we lost the game or what have you. We see that stuff as players. Fans may not see it because they just see the dub. They see the win. So they got a lot of things to work on all season. That's how I look at it. So I'm not disappointed, in this. This is another learning experience. Like I've always said, any loss, any disappointment is a learning experience for everybody involved, from the coaches down to the players. And I just say for the players, young, Emmett Johnson, sophomore, Dante Dowell, sophomore, Dylan Rayola, freshman. You're coming back, regardless of, like I said, just a move. Take transfer portal out of your brain. You guys are coming back. You got a couple more years, another year to prove yourself and say you are that guy. That's going to represent the team when you're running the ball, when you're on the field, wearing that helmet, doing your job. Now you got, because that's how when I would mess up, I would take it personal to when it's never happened again. I've only allowed my quarterback to get touched so many times. When the one time Brett got sacked and he got a knee injury out of it, and it was my fault, I went to him after the game and said, "Hey, bro, you're not getting touched the rest of the season." I said, if I got to flag, if I got to hold people, if I got to cut people that are illegally get cut, you're not going to get anybody on the defense that we're facing for the rest of the season. And but one thing that got me going was the fact that he almost missed. Like I was almost the reason why he broke his consecutive starting as a quarterback and never missing a game. It was during that. We played Washington, and it was LeVar Arrington. He got Brett sacked, and I looked around. It was my fault. I looked at. I'm like, man, this was me. I was the last person. And so players got to take it amongst themselves and work on that, and not take it personal where it's like, oh, well, it's me. No, it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this to get better.
Yeah,
and it's gonna drive me through my off season, through school, coming back during spring ball, and get me ready for the 2025 season, because there's so many nuggets that they could take from this entire season. Every player on this roster that is returning to say, you know what, I could do this. Is going to be our standard for next year. Because if I did this, I know I could do that and get better and look towards the next season.
Here's what I want to ask you guys. And I understand there's two things that one of these things I want to talk about on the other side because we're up for a break. And I wanted to fact check myself here before I just spewed this on live radio. What would be your response? Now I get it. Stats don't tell the whole story. I am raising my right hand saying I am part of it. It's part of it, right? And ultimately, it's a results-driven business. Win games. Nebraska's a bowl game. You go into a bowl game this year. Nebraska in 2018 did not. But what if I told you that in 2018, Adrian Martinez had more passing yards, touchdown passes, and fewer interceptions than what Dylan Raiola had this year?
I would say he had more experience too, right?
No, he was a true freshman. As a true freshman, he had more yards, more touchdown passes, and fewer interceptions than what Nebraska's quarterback had this year. This is not me trying to bag and on Dylan Raiola. That's not, because I think he's Nebraska's future at the quarterback position. I genuinely feel that way.
The thing with Adrian Martinez too that we also got to talk about is he had an exceptional freshman year. Like I say it all the time, if Joe Burrow would have transferred to Nebraska, I don't think Joe Burrow is the starting quarterback. I think it would be Martinez. He just regressed over the next 3 years.
Exactly. You're right. And still, so there's still the coaching piece of it. The jury, I think, is still out on Dylan Raiola's outlook, right? But the reason I brought that up is because of this comment, and this is why I wanted to specifically say that about the stats. 0167 on the text line says, I hear what you guys are saying, but I think that with a talent like Dylan Raiola, it's different. You have to worry about optics for other recruits going forward if Raiola transfers. I guarantee that you won't get another 5-star skill position to commit here if he leaves. I feel differently. Ooh, okay. See, this is why I wanted to talk about it on the other side. So if we can, AD, if you can send us to break, I would like to talk about that on the other side, because I think it's more about the changing landscape in college football.
Yes, sir. I agree. We'll talk when we come back, folks. It's The Drive. It's Monday. We're breaking down Iowa versus Nebraska. Good question coming up. We'll answer it. It's The Drive, 937 a ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through December 8th, enjoy USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, USDA Choice T-bone steak for $8.88 per pound, premium stew beef for $5.99 per pound, and get their $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1003769, $395 per month lease for 36 months with proof credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, talking all things Nebraska football.
Nick, you brought up a good question, man, in that the comparison between Martinez's freshman year and Raiola's as well, which I think is it's a great question.
Well, and this is, it's not necessarily, I want to once again get out in front of this. I'm just trying to, I bring that up because people were asking during the break, Nick, what point are you trying to make? Why are you bringing this up? It's not, I'm not sitting here saying that one quarterback is better than the other. That's not what I'm getting at. I think it was a couple of different situations. I think it's good to put perspective on everything we talk about, right? And so with that all is just so that Husker fans can kind of correlate a season with another season. Once again, this is not me trying to like divide this show and be like, yeah, this quarterback is better than this quarterback. I wish they had this guy instead of this guy. That's not what my goal is here. I just kind of wanted to bring it up in using recent history to do so. I would ask you guys this, because 0167 brought up a good question. I already know that a couple of us are going to differ on our opinions here, and that's okay. I hear what you guys are saying, but I think that with a talent like Dylan Raiola, it's different. You have to worry about optics for other recruits going forward if Dylan Raiola transfers. I guarantee you that Nebraska wouldn't get another 5-star skill position player to commit here. They're saying that if Dylan obviously transfers. Raff, you said you agreed.
I
Go
agree.
ahead. What's your thought on this?
You've got to look at where Nebraska's at. I know I'm getting the looks here right now, but Nebraska's been pretty horrible the last 8 years. I mean, yeah, we made it to a bowl game this year. Yippee, we're 6-6. But to think that every school out there can pull I say 4-star, 4- and 5-star players with the record that Nebraska's had over the past 8 years, 10 years. I mean, you've got to be honest. I mean, if Dylan Raiola decides that, hey, I'm opting out, I'm transferring, I'm going to the transfer portal, you are going to see a decimation of Nebraska recruits. That's just me. That's just being totally honest. Because let's be honest, what are they coming to? We don't even know if we have an offense coordinator next year. I mean, there's So right now, Dylan Raiola is key to Nebraska's football hope. Still is. I know he's had a rough go of it the last couple of months, but Dylan Raiola is the key to Nebraska football still.
AD.
I hear what you're saying, Raff. It's the main thing is, to me, it's more the OC of who's going to be that person who's going to be coaching you. I think you're treading on dangerous waters if you are basing your football program on one player. I just think in this landscape of college sports, you're going to have key guys. Unfortunately, there's going to be key guys transferring every year. You hope there isn't, but you have to prepare for it. You know, I always say this, man, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. You hope he stays, but you got to prepare. If you're, I'm not saying you're saying this, Rav, but if a program starts to base their history of their program the next 2 or 3 years based off one player's whims, that also sends a vibe in the locker room that's not healthy, because they're saying, well, he's going to bat for this guy, but what about the rest of the guys in here? So I think you're on. I just think it's a very slippery slope. Nebraska needs to secure an OC first. I think that's the key thing right there. But and I'm not saying you're saying this, Rav, but if a coach becomes too infatuated or too committed to one player, I think you're in dangerous territory by doing something like that. I just think it's a very dangerous scope. And that's not just a Nebraska thing. That's a college football thing right now. So the same could be said by a lot of other programs right now, to where, man, if it's only hinged on 1 or 2 players, granted, those are key guys, but man, I think it's very slippery.
But where, like, look at the influx of where the recruiting is picked up. When did the recruiting really start to pick up for Nebraska football?
What you're saying is true. But what I'm simply saying is, you have to prepare. You hope for the best.
Yeah,
but you got to prepare for the worst. And I'm not saying worse as your program is going down the drains, but I'm simply saying that your returning quarterback is not coming back. I mean, you look at K-State; they dealt with this past year. You know, they managed to have a good season. And they don't have the facilities and resources Nebraska has. A lot of your top tier programs. I mean, Oregon is another team that dealt with another quarterback coming in and out of there.
They've had success over the prior 10 years.
Absolutely.
I'm saying how spoiled Nebraska fans are, or not Nebraska, or how spoiled, I almost want to say how spoiled the program is, because most schools, if you put up the last 8 years, you would not be getting 90,000 into a stadium. You'd be getting about 40,000 into a stadium. I mean, Nebraska football is very, very lucky, because any other fan base, I mean, you look at it right now, I know Chiefs fans will get mad at me, but if Patrick Mahomes up and retires and the Chiefs end up going 5-5, or they're 500 team, you're not going to see that fan base rise the way it is. Look at Royals baseball. When Royals are good, they got the fan base. When they're not, it's just the way it plays out. And Nebraska's been very lucky over the prior 8 to 10 to 15, 20 years that they've had such a loyal fan base where they're able to bring sellouts still, because there's no other school in the country that would do that.
I agree with everything you're saying, brother. I'm just simply saying, man, I think it gets a slippery slope.
Oh yeah.
When one player becomes and you know what? And that's a Nebraska deficiency problem. That's something that's the reason, these past number of years we've suffered so much, but in that one player has that much impact. However, as a head coach leading a program, man, if you give one player that much power, man, it becomes very scary down the road, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What say you, AG?
Yeah, man, it's just interesting. It's I know what we're talking about now, the whole if Dylan leaves scenario. The foundation really just shows that it's not very strong, for one. And because, like you said, one player can't determine the rest of it will, but we got to recruit, right? As a coach, as a coaching staff, you gotta look at other prospects coming in from the transfer portal. You got to do what you need to do to be that coach, to make your team that better of a team, or up to the standard it was to the best of your ability. That's all you could do as a coaching staff, because obviously now, different from what we had as coaches, or as our coaches had, is the transfer portal. It's NIL. So you have that working with you and against you all at the same time. But at the end of the day, it's really, you gotta, just like we said for the players, then the coaches are gonna have to do their jobs. They're gonna have to get
that's
what
I'm confused at right now. It's like, I'm not sure what's going on, with Dana Holgerson. Is he going to sign a long-term contract? And I understand they're waiting till the end of the year, but
we'll wait to find out.
I mean, this year for me is over. You know, we made it to a bowl game. Yay, we win or lose. That's great. But you've got to be looking at next year. You know, I was hoping that they'd have something solidified for an offense coordinator so you could use these bowl practices to get ready for next year. But now, right now, you're looking at it. Say Dana Holgorsen coach, or maybe coaches the bowl game. We don't know. He coaches the bowl game and says, all right, well, that was great. I'm going to go elsewhere and be an offense coordinator, you know, say another school. Well, all of a sudden you've left Nebraska. There's nothing's happened. So now you're going to have to install a whole new offense in the spring where you could have been. It's just like you need to. We got to turn the wheels here a little bit here. I understand you got Dana Holgorsen on your monthly contract, but you need some building going on.
Nebraska has a lot of question marks right now. That's just the bottom line. There's a lot of question marks. The Nebraska's going to have to make periods that we have on our not only on our roster but on our coaching staff. Let's be honest, you guys. You know, with the thing with Holgorsen, I mean, you could have a whole new different offensive staff coming in for all we know. We just those are just things we don't know as of yet. To go back to your question, go back to your question. I just think, again, I see what Raff is saying, and you have the optics. You do have to be worried about that. But the reality is this, man, not one player is greater than the whole team.
No.
And that's the whole thing we have to put into it. Or coach.
I'm just saying that player right now is like, how are you recruiting right now? You have to be
recruiting. Well, it's up to that player got to figure it out.
You have to be recruiting, saying, hey, come play with Dylan Raiola, you know, young quarterback. That's got to be their recruiting stance, because you're not saying, well, come play for Dana Holgorsen, because we don't know if he's the offense coordinator or not.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. First of all, I'm not going to say come play with Dylan Raiola or Emmett Johnson or any one player, because if you're hinged on recruiting guys based off one player, you are in freaking trouble. Yeah. It can't be just based off Dylan Raiola. It can't be off Emmett. It can't be off Dana. Do you want to come play for Nebraska? Now, granted, Raff, we haven't really given them a good scenario to make that justifiable, but you want players that want to play at Nebraska. If it's based on one guy, especially because of NIL, injuries, everything else, man, Raiola, if he decides to stay, he could be hurt in one play. Then you're not playing with Dylan. You have to say, do you want to come play for Nebraska? And if it's based on one or two guys, Nick, I don't want you here anyway.
Nick, guys, hold up, Nick, hold up. This is that moment right here. I'm a movie guy. This is where Jerry Maguire said, hey, who's coming with me? Okay. Who's coming with me? Who's going to ride or die? He didn't say ride or die. I'm going to say ride or die. That's it. We could look at all the little questions, the details. See, I don't mess around. I don't beat around the bush. I think y'all figured that out by now. Okay. If a player wants to play for me, he's going to play for me. If he's not, kick rocks, period.
Yep.
I'm not going to race. I'm not going to chase you so far. If I'm as a coach, I'm going to recruit you. If you come in, you want to build a foundation with me. You want to set your name in stone. That's what these players got to realize. Not saying that players made a decision. No, not saying that. But you got to set the tone. Because all this talk around the bush, this is beating around the bush. That annoys that out of me. If a player or a coach, if Dana wants to be here, he'll be here. We just got to wait and find out. It's only been 3 days since they lost, okay? So we'll find out soon enough between now and bowl game assignment and all that. And then once the bowl game's over, then we'll know. We'll know.
Yeah. Matt Rule, we got signing day on Wednesday, right?
Well, with signing day, that'll happen. And whatever comes down the line, you just got to take it one day at a time. Just one day at a time. Because all this, to be honest, this sounds like bees buzzing and nothing. That's all I hear is buzzing, because it's the same sound. The same words being said. What is what? I get that. That's them are big questions. But until I say, I'm a guy that's like, look, just wait until we find out, and then I'm gonna react to it as need be, as fit to the decision that has been made.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think one thing that is very clear is Nebraska has a lot of things to take care of. I mean, they have a lot of things to take care of, and we're going to see. Like I said, we'll see in about 2 days what's going to go down as far as recruiting, as far as guys staying, as far as guys leaving. And quite honestly, we know there's going to be a number of guys who are going to be basically told, you know what, we don't have a place for you next year. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the next couple of days to where that picture will get a lot clearer. Until then, put your head down, go to work. And see what happens, as far as that goes. Well, folks, we're going to take our last break. Men's basketball took care of business last night. First time they scored 100 points in what, 3 years? Has that been, Nick? Was it 3 years?
2021. Yep.
2021.
Against Stone.
So yeah, they won 100-72 last night. Women's volleyball, of course, went 1-1 over the weekend, losing to Penn State, but then beating Maryland a night and a half later. I think it was next night later they actually beat them. So obviously their numbers up. We can discuss that tomorrow as well. But when we come back, folks, we got the RGT last segment of the show, but we'll be right back. It's The Drive, 937 a ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CR-F trail bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CR-F 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Who wants free diamonds? This holiday season, as a thank you for shopping with us, Sartor Heyman Jewelers is giving you free diamonds. Now through December 6th, receive a pair of sparkling diamond stud earrings, a stunning diamond pendant, or a gorgeous diamond tennis bracelet for free with your qualifying purchase. We only have a limited number to give away, so once they're gone, they're gone. Don't wait on this one. Visit Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where your gift shopping shines brighter. In Lincoln at South Point Mall, downtown, and in Grand Island on State Street.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith. Innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Cyber threats are everywhere. When is the last time you stopped to think about how you're protecting your business from potential data breaches, phishing scams, or ransomware? It's time to make cybersecurity a priority for your business. At Hamilton, our unmatched expertise and cutting-edge technology goes beyond basic defense, providing proactive, tailored solutions that keep your data, network, and digital assets protected. Better protection, better cybersecurity with Hamilton. Visit our website at hamiltonisbusiness.com to learn more.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, wrapping up another show. Oh, good times. There he is. AD is back.
Yeah, I had to check that tire, man. See, I have an air compressor, and I just want to see how long it's staying up. But yeah, it's oof. Yeah, I think my guy's coming through for me, so we'll get it taken care of one way or the other. But I was just looking like when the temperature, it goes down like 1 or 2 PSIs, depending on temperature, and it's cold as a mug here. So yeah, it's 20 right now, Raff. It's gone up a whole 1 degree since we started the show here in Lincoln.
Warming up.
Yeah, it's still pretty cold. AG, what's the temp like in H-Town? Has it gone up, bro?
Yeah, right now we're at 48 and sunny.
That would seem balmy here
I
now.
hope you're wearing a parka today, AG.
No, I'm good. T-shirt only, baby.
Hey, I want to say this real quick, man. The game last night with the Bills and the 49ers, man, first of all, man, my heart goes out for McCaffrey again. I mean, the dude, it's just been a horrible season for that guy health-wise because he came out and had some great runs. One, he almost took to the house of the guy, clipped his foot at the last minute. He would have took that one to the house, and I think a few plays later he goes down. But, man, the environment, but people, and Jay Foreman always talks about that. Folks in Buffalo are built different, bro.
They're crazy.
Hey, there was a dude shirtless jumping into a pile of shit.
It was a ton of people doing that. Yeah, that's Wisconsin.
How about the hook and quarterback ladder there?
Oh,
nice.
Was that? You think that play, Rav, was called, or you think he just improvised?
Improvised.
Yeah, it looked like it was improvised, but it was a hell of an improvised.
That's
unreal.
That's like when Caleb Williams stole the ball from his USC running back, his Oklahoma running back, and took it across the first down marker.
Very similar. Very, very similar. Do you guys think, okay, you look at Lamar, the way that Lamar and Henry both played yesterday, they ended up losing that game to Philly. Do you think Josh Allen is the leader right now if it were for MVP?
No.
No.
Who do you think is still leading?
Saquon Barkley.
Between Saquon.
Saquon went absolutely nuts.
Here's what I want to say. What if I told you that on that football field yesterday, Jalen Hurts was the 4th best player on that field? That's crazy to think about.
Potential.
That is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was the fourth best player on that field behind Saquon. I think Saquon's number one. The dude has 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games.
He's number one.
He is incredible.
Would he be the fifth?
Behind?
Where do you have AJ Brown at?
In terms of like value to a team, I think Jalen Hurts is fourth too. When you incorporate that,
let's put it this way: there was a lot of talent on that field last night.
I mean, here's the thing, guys. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult in AG. I mean, you can speak to this better than us, or at least me. It's going to be incredibly difficult. It always is for a running back to take the MVP trophy because the quarterback touches the ball every single play, and it's easy to kind of put your case against it. A running back's got to have an exceptional year to even be in the conversation, and that's what both Saquon and Derrick Henry have done so far.
Yeah, exactly. It's always tough on the runners. The quarterback, like Nick mentioned, has the ball most of the time. And your team has to be winning. You got to have so many factors. I think they made another trophy for me for any other player to win it. It's the FedEx Ground Trophy. I was the first recipient of that, and so that shows you, okay, we know the league MVP is going to probably be a quarterback, so let's just make this up for running backs to get his opportunity to get honored in some way. And so ever since then, that was 2003 season for me. It's been a ground, champion of the run, of the run game. But it's tough because it's a passing league. You got these quarterbacks passing for anywhere from 4,500 to 5,000 yards in a season, and so it's tough. Would I put my boy with Saquon? 100%. He's done things I know I wouldn't do on the football field because I don't jump. Period. And then jumping backwards, I'm definitely not jumping backwards.
100%.
And he ain't getting away with it. That's why I'm like, I would
have gotten upended.
I'm dapping him up. Hey, young man, boom. That's tough,
Oh, you are gonna shake hands. Okay, we're shaking hands.
I said that. I said that. Yeah, don't even go down that road. Don't even go down that road.
I just don't think shaking it. Anyway, let's go around the quad box. Raff, start us off with a little RGT action. What you got for us today?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take. Oh, my goodness. I read this weekend. I could not believe it. Coach Bush's dad, Ron Bush, shot a pheasant for his 80th consecutive year with the same exact shotgun, a Model 12 16 gauge. So at the ripe old age, I believe, of 89 years old, Ron Bush continues his streak of 80 consecutive years of shooting a pheasant. So, Coach Bush, you are Ralph's Good Take because that is amazing. I just want to live to be 80.
Yeah. Just don't put yourself in harm's way.
Oh, Lord.
Stay inside, Raff. Stay inside.
Stay inside.
Raff, what's the temperature right now, Raff?
I think we're sitting at like 31, 32.
Oh, that's still balmy compared to here
Guys,
right now, man.
It's golfing weather this weekend.
Was it 49? I think, Nick.
I think I saw 56.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, it's golfing weather.
I think it's golfing weather.
I can do it 56.
I have to go to Nick's town this weekend.
Really?
Yep. Make my return to Kearney.
Oh, wow. I'm in a wedding this week, and my best friends are getting married, so we have to deal with that. Not deal with it. We have to look forward to that this weekend.
Deal with it. You might want to tweak that part.
You guys know I'm an old soul. I hit the bars on Saturday night. Man, it was a different experience. I'm not used to that.
Bet it was.
I'm not a fan. Anyway, AD, what do you got today?
AD's Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by the Body Lab. The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point dry needling, a cold plunge tub, and infrared sauna. Learn or schedule your appointment with Rachel and her team today online at thebodylablnklink.com. Again, that's thebodylablnk.com, or visit them at 14th and Yankee Hill right here in Lincoln. I love this quote right here, you guys. It says, "Your life is simply a reflection of how you spend your time." Your life is simply a reflection of how you spend your time. And I tell you what, I had a great time like you all did. Hope all the listeners did as well on Thanksgiving. We had a house full, and there was a lot of memories made on Thursday. Go, AG. Take us home, man.
Yeah, something to piggyback on that. It says, a little quote I found here. It says, "Don't wait until you die to be reborn. Your past does not define you of who you are. It's only the muscle that you are building for your future." So shout out to the Nebraska players on that roster. That's what it is right there.
Love that.
You're growing to the next year. Let's go.
Love it.
Go Big Red.
Love it, brother. Love it.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your Monday. Stay warm. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Be nice to each other.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and